going on?
Well, we're all frying in the heat up here, Paul.
Yeah, what's up with the warm weather all of a sudden?
October 5th, and it's 77 degrees when I drove out. So it's supposed to be in the low 80s tomorrow, 83 or whatever.
At least he was saying 80s.
Yeah, and then the next day
week.
also.
And then, but it's gonna cool right back off.
It is, yeah, well, which you should. It's we're well into October now, so yeah.
We're well in hunting season's in full swing.
It is, yeah.
Feels good too.
Yeah, and it transitions fast. It seems like the leaves were just changing and now they're falling off, Paul.
We've had like steady breeze every day.
Yeah.
Which has really done a number on the foliage.
Yeah.
And wasn't overly pretty this year.
No,
I wonder if it has to do with the drought.
Yeah, it's awful dry. I see in one newscast there that a lot of wells going dry. I don't know about up here, probably more so the southern part of the state.
Yeah.
I think they were more severe than we were up here.
Yeah.
But we are dry up here too. So that's the theme. That's the weather theme.
But it is going to cool off.
Oh yeah,
next
for
week.
sure.
Lacey showed me some temps for next week. Low 20s at night or mid 20s at nighttime. Yeah. High in the 50s.
Highs in the 50s and more like October.
Yeah.
Bird season. Yeah. And it'll be good to have the leaves come off.
For sure.
The few days that I went bird hunting, Paul, I think I saw 11 birds and only one in the road. The rest were all off on the side. And it was just like walking in a tunnel. Yeah. You know, it was just like a wall on either side of you because of the cover. And unless the bird flew from the ditch and up into a tree, you know, then I could shoot it. But otherwise, they all eluded me.
Well, we'll get to bird season here in a minute. Yeah. Because we've done a fair amount of bird hunting.
Yeah, you have.
Me and the kids.
Yeah.
And this is kind of that first 2 weeks of October is kind of a perfect time for them.
It is.
To get up there. After that, it starts getting too cold and at nighttime. Yeah. For them to stay in the tent. But we just finished moose season. The first season ended last Saturday.
Right.
Not a terrific season. It's
down.
No,
the people I talked to, Paul, and I hear that they struggled. You know, it was a struggle. And I think in our zone, in zone 3, where we have the camp, they gave out 100 moose permits for the September week, and the count ended up being 63. But I was told some of those were from like the veterans hunt.
Oh, no kidding.
So they weren't all from, you know, so the for that week it was less than, 63%.
Okay, because they gave out 100 tags.
Yeah.
For zone 3. Yeah, I was going through the harvest dashboard just to see what was up, and
I followed it all week, the dashboard and stuff.
Yeah, well, we were headed up bird hunting Thursday, so I stopped at a tagging station in Presque Isle. Mm-hmm. I had to get some bullets and stuff, and they tag moose there. What was that? Spartans in Presque Isle. And so just asked them, you guys tag many moose? And I think they said 11 on Thursday. And I was like, yeah. So then we get to the 6 Mile Gate of the North Maine Woods, and they said the same thing at the gate, that it's been pretty slow. So we bird hunted through today. So that just came out this morning. And I was going over the harvest dashboard. Like zone 1, I think had the most harvest. No, zone 4 was. They're about the same, 116, 114 moose. Yeah.
And do you know how many tags they gave out?
Yeah, so zone 1, they shot 114. They gave out 225.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 51%.
Yeah, that's not good.
It was 68% last year.
Yeah. It seemed to me last year was a little bump up. You know, it was a little better success rate last year.
Zone 2 was like 62%.
Yeah.
68% last year.
Right.
Zone 3 was 63% this year, which you say is probably less.
I was told, and I don't know how true it is, that some of those 63 were from a veterans hunt that they give off.
Okay.
They give earlier where, they give tags to veterans, I think disabled veterans or something. And they go into the broccoli fields, and I think that's an ag hunt. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was zone 3 last year was 72%.
Yeah.
So we're down about 9% there.
Yeah.
Zone 4 last year was 70%.
Yeah.
It's 58% this year.
Yeah.
Zone 5, same thing, 70% this year, 80%, 88% last year.
Yeah.
And then zone 6, our zone we live in, was 60 out of 100 permits, so 60%. And they were 70% last year.
Yeah. I just talked to a guy yesterday that has a tag for the October hunt in zone 6, and I asked him where he planned on going, and because 20 years ago you could stay right in town.
Yeah, you go anywhere.
You could go anywhere.
Any field.
And he said no, and I told him, I asked him where he was going. He told me west of Mars Hill and Bridgewater, in that area out towards St. Croix. And I said, well, that's a good choice. He said his dad said, we'll hunt right around town. And he said, no, we're not doing that. I said, well, you were smart to say that.
Yeah.
It was Austin Dufour, so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's
there's very few moose around town.
It's changed so much.
So much.
And I think this year in particular, there's a couple things that are playing. One is we've kind of been in a drought. That can affect moose behavior.
Yeah.
The timing of the season and temperature, that'll affect their behavior.
Yeah.
But I think I've personally, just my opinion, I think the biggest difference is they've been hunted for 40 plus years, right?
Yeah, that and of course we know for sure the population is not what it used to be. I think winter ticks had to play a big part in that for sure. The winter kill and But
you don't see moose hanging around.
No.
Like we saw a moose up in the woods in Lacey.
I was going to ask you if you saw anything.
Saw moose every day.
Did you? Okay.
But small bulls.
Yeah.
But Lacey made the comment. We see one, and he wasn't hanging around. First thing in the morning.
Yeah. We
see nothing during the day.
Right.
Kind of those when it's just starting to get light and just starting to get dark.
Right. Late in the afternoon.
And so we see a small bull come around the corner, and I could just see wasn't sure if it was like the roots of a tree in the ditch.
Yeah.
But way down the road, I'm like, I think there's a moose in the ditch. And we got about 100 yards away driving. It was a tight road, all grown in. And we got about 100 yards away, and I see his head move to the side, and I could see just little spikes.
Right.
And he was gone. By the time we get down there, and you could see this area, the woods were wide open.
No moose.
You couldn't see him at all. And Lacey was like, well, geez, usually they'll just stand off to the side and look at you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. They don't hang around much anymore.
No.
They're not dilly-dallying.
So your mom and I, we spent, I think we hunted 4 days. I think we hunted the first Saturday and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we didn't see a moose in the woods. And I see
lots of sign.
Yeah.
Where we were staying, there were trees tore up everywhere. And then we saw another, I think the next morning we saw another small bull. And he hung around there I got some pictures of him.
Yeah.
But there was no getting out to get one into him.
Yeah.
And it's tough for a lot of hunters because now you've got to actually get out and hunt.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more work to drop a moose in the middle of the woods someplace.
Well,
as opposed to, because back when I was a kid, the 80s and 90s, you could just drive down the road and they'd stand there and look at you.
You take a lot of people like myself, a lot of people aren't in shape to be hauling out, quartering a moose and taking it out of the woods. So
it's a totally different beast to shoot one.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got to, if you're going to do it, you certainly want lots of help and help that's in good shape.
Yeah.
Because that's a tough deal to shoot a moose.
Yeah.
Out in the woods or out in a clear cut and have to pack it out.
So I think that's a driving force too. And numbers being down is you're going to, like you said, you got to hunt a little differently.
Yeah.
Just can't go around town now and shoot one.
Right.
And, that was noticed that big time up in the woods.
Yeah.
And Lacey noticed it. Yeah. Back in the day, I remember bird hunting. I used to get kind of annoyed with it because we'd be driving down the road. You'd see a moose down a logging road and just a couple little calls. They'd walk all the way down the logging road right to the truck.
Running for the truck. You could literally almost push them into the bed of the truck.
I'd be a little kid sitting there.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you always had the moose coming on my side of the pickup.
Oh, yeah.
And I can remember watching, there was one big, long logging road.
Yeah,
it was a big,
I know where you're talking
big
about.
bull.
Yeah.
And he was looking at us, and you just let a couple of grunts, and
right down the road.
Just like he was on a string. Right to the pickup.
Stepped right out and walked behind the truck.
Then you're taking pictures of him behind the tailgate, and you're like, well, you just drop him right there in the road and load him up.
Yeah,
that was all the time.
Yes.
You could do that.
Yeah,
no problem
you're
at all.
talking the 90s there.
Yeah.
That, oh, my goodness, there was a lot of moose up here in the 90s.
And I think that was an old moose.
Yeah.
If I remember the pictures, he had big paddles, but like no points.
Yeah.
And he'd just stand there and look at you.
So it would be dangerous to take to ride at night on certain roads. Route 11 between
Zone 3.
Zone 3 from Cross Lake to Madawaska Lake, and Route 11 from Portage up to well, probably anywhere on Route 11, but from Portage up to Eagle Lake, it could be dangerous. I had a lot of close calls. I was very fortunate. I never hit one.
Yeah, I was telling some guys from met some nice guys from Massachusetts up in the woods, and it's kind of weird because you never know who watches this stuff or how they. Yeah. Because it's on various platforms. Yeah. And so I got talking to these guys. We were just kind of shooting the crap for a little bit. Kids were getting ready we were having lunch in the midst of bird hunting. And kids were eating lunch, and I ran up to the truck to get some waters and stuff and started talking to these guys from Massachusetts, and they were brothers. O'Doyle was their last name, I think.
Good Irish name.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, one of them looked at me. He's like, do you have a podcast?
Yeah.
I'm like, I do. And he must not obviously not watch it. He listens to it on probably Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever. And he was like, I listen to it every week. And it clicked right then there. So we talked for a little while. Super nice guys.
Yeah.
Up enjoying some bird hunting.
Yeah.
But we get talking about, because they had an adaptive hunt in Zone 4. And I said, how'd you make out on that? He said, man, that was terrible. It was that's a hard hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling him about, we have a camp in Zone 3. He said, man, when I was a kid back in the day, it was like from dusk on, you tried to avoid driving to camp.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it wasn't like, if we see a moose,
you were going to see.
How many moose are we going to see? And are we going to see them in a spot where they're not going to end up in the windshield of my vehicle?
Right on top of you.
You came upon some.
Oh my goodness, yes. I've come up on a lot. I personally was the first, the first person on one accident that wasn't very good. They both survived, but it was a bad accident. So it was common to moose car collisions were common, and not so much anymore. The population's down, and I think, like you say, they kind of are a little more wary of the traffic and a little more road shy than they were. So
because I was talking to some older gentlemen that were up fishing. They were saying the same thing. They're like, yeah, there's less moose, and he's like, but man, they don't hang around like they used to. I was like, I can remember bird hunting, and we could see double digit moose.
Oh yes,
in just a day.
Absolutely,
driving up, coming back.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting too, Paul, because I think of my life, when I first started hunting in the 60s and stuff, there was very few moose. Yeah. There were very few moose. And then in the 70s when clear cuts they were really doing a lot of clear cuts and stuff, the moose population exploded. So the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s, so many moose.
That's crazy.
So I've lived through an entire cycle where there was hardly any. And it was a novelty to see a moose anytime. You could spend days hunting deer or partridge and never see a moose.
Never see a moose.
And now we're going back the other way.
That was like in Helen Hamlin's book, 9 Mile Bridge.
Yeah,
that came up, I think it was in that book.
I use that all the time as an example.
That was back in the 30s, right?
Yeah,
and. She saw like one moose?
I think she spent 3 years between Umzaskus and 9 Mile Bridge, married to a game warden up there. 3 years, and I think that one moose is what she saw. Yeah. It was a rare thing.
And as a kid, when I was reading that book, that was when moose were there was a lot of moose.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, man, that's one moose.
Hard to wrap your mind around because it was wild country too.
Yeah.
There was no road into that. You know, you had to go clear around to Quebec to come into the woods in towards Churchill Dam in that area. Yeah. It was wild country. So, and there again, that's what happened. I mean, as soon as they opened the woods up, the population exploded. So,
yeah.
And the deer went down.
Yep.
What benefited one animal was, a detriment to the other. So,
yeah, deer had a lot working against them for sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't see many moose hunters when we were out bird hunting, at least the tail end of the week. I didn't see many.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch going in when we'd gone in fishing.
Right.
We saw people getting ready.
Well, they're all funneled at the gate going in, a few days before the hunt.
When I was out and about hunting, I didn't see many moose hunters,
and that's one of the good things about like in Zone 3 where they give 100 permits out. It can be, not always, but it can be pretty well spread out. You usually can find some elbow room and stuff because you're only dealing with 100 other people in the entire zone. So
the year I got drawn, do you recall how many they gave out?
It was more than 100, Paul.
Was it 3 something?
I'm not sure, but it was.
I think that's what kind of discouraged me from the moose hunt so much was. Yeah. I just remember the woods. It was incredibly busy.
Yeah,
it was hard to get away from people on that hunt, and I'll have to go back and look and see how many permits they gave. But it was. I remember you saying they gave a lot of permits that week.
Yeah, I'm quite sure they gave more back in the day than they do now.
Yeah, it was tough to get away from people.
And I talked to the first day of bird hunting, which was the last day of the moose season, Saturday. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the game warden there, and he said the moose hunters were struggling and stuff. And
I didn't see much posted on social media either. Yeah. Usually I'll get a bunch of people shooting moose coming through my feed, and I wasn't getting a whole lot of it.
And that plays into also, Paul, people are, if you see a halfway decent moose, a lot of people are going to shoot any legal moose they can now. And if you see a halfway decent moose, you probably, like we did last year, you probably ought to be thinking about taking it because, unless you're really set on getting a trophy and you don't mind not getting anything.
Not getting something.
Yeah, and that's up to the individual. But, people now, there would be a lot of people that would have been happy with the legal moose Saturday. Been tickled pink.
Yeah, that's too bad.
They weren't measuring antlers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the bird hunting was it's a slow start for us anyway. I don't know how you made
it was really slow for Narda and I. The good part about it was a good reason to get out and walk.
Yeah.
And got a lot of exercise, did a lot of walking.
That's good. It gets you ready for deer season.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we did a lot of walking.
You're going to need that.
Yeah. 100%.
Get those legs and
100%
in gear.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but and I think back too, Paul, there again, things have changed. The bird season now starts the last Saturday of September, which was the 27th, I think it was. That's well before, October 1st, So when I grew up, it was always the bird season started October 1st.
And so I'll be honest. So and I was telling that to Lacey because we hardly saw anything opening day. Didn't get a bird. Yeah. We saw a lot of people and we saw other people shooting birds.
Yeah.
We just were wrong place at the wrong time. But, I was telling her, I'm like, it's so early.
It is.
And it's still been warm.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost like we had a couple good frosts here.
Yeah.
And then we went back up and we saw 26 and 2 full days of hunting. We had one evening where we saw one. So we'll say 25 birds in 2 days. We had one day where we saw 16 and could have easily shot 12 birds. No problem. Right. A lot of it was Lacey shot her limit. And then
you tried to get Annabelle.
I was trying to get Annabelle.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a lot of cleanup. and which is good. I enjoy it because it's a bit of a challenge for me. I got to run through the woods on a bird that she couldn't get a shot at, or trying to get a wing shot at a bird real quick that she missed or something like that.
Was she using the 22 or the 4?
So she wants to try the 410.
Yeah.
So she had the 22 because she shoots good with it.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I had the 410 for her, and she still was struggling. I don't think she cares about it kicking at all, which doesn't kick that much. But I think she was still struggling with kind of the barrel weight.
Yeah, it's a big gun for. She's a little girl. I mean, she's 8 years old and she's small for.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she was struggling with that, I believe, when we had it out. So, but we'll try it again because she wanted to try it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we saw a lot of groups of birds.
Mm-hmm.
There was one morning we saw 6 birds within like 100 yards of where we were staying.
Yeah, where you were camping.
We get up. Bo had to go to the outhouse.
Yeah.
And it's hard. You get 3 kids and a dog, right? And
the circus has come to town.
Trying to get everyone fed, and I can't find my shoes. I can't find my
water bottle.
So then we're like 30 minutes into the legal time, but it's whatever. We're going to go at their pace.
Yeah.
And they really enjoy it, and I want them to enjoy it. So Bo's like, I got to go to the outhouse. I'm like, all right. So we're walking up. I got a coffee in one hand, and he's in front of me wearing his pajamas and his rubber boots. And we get right to the outhouse, and a bird takes off right beside him, flies up into the tree.
Yeah.
Like 3 feet from my head. And it scares the crap out of him. He goes, holy cow. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to go down the truck, get the gun, Bo. So I put my coffee on the ground. I'm wearing a pair of slip-on shoes. I run to the truck, grab Lacey's gun. I just grabbed 2 shells because I think there's one bird, right? So I grab 2 shells, load her gun. I go up, and then I don't see the one in the tree anymore, but there's one on the ground. I'm like, oh, it must be on the ground. So I shoot the one on the ground. Kids are trying to hold the dog in the tent.
Right.
The minute she hears a gun go off,
she knows what's up.
She's gone. So I shoot the first bird on the ground. I see another one take off, and it was in a bunch of there was like a group of spruce trees or fir trees, a little pocket of them right by the outhouse. So I take a shot at the one flying, but it's in the trees. And then it flies out of the thick trees into the wide open, into a branch right beside my head.
You don't have a shell.
I don't have any shells left. So I'm like, oh my God. So I run back down to the truck. Well, in the midst of all this, Meadow gets underneath the door of the tent, gets out of the tent, gets up there. She flushes the rest of the birds while I'm down at the truck. And so I go up, and she comes back with my bird.
Yeah.
And I went up in the woods there to see if I could get the other 3, but couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So, and meanwhile, Lacey was laughing because when we flushed the bird and I ran to the truck, Bo runs right back down into the tent, and he goes barreling into the tent, and he goes, guess what, guys? We just saw a partridge. She goes, the way he did it. She goes, it was so funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get one, and then we're getting situated, and we go down the road, and we get 100 yards. Bird steps out from the grass. So trying to get Lacey out to shoot it, and it flew up into the woods, and she didn't want to go up. It was kind of wet. So I jump up into the woods. Pretty soon I can hear it off to the left, and I can see it on the ground. So I shoot it. And when I shoot, I'm like, I think there's another one, but I couldn't see anything. So finally I'm looking around there. I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm not going to go in and get it. I'll let the dog get it. So they let the dog out. The minute the dog was in there, another one took off.
Yeah.
Like son of a gun. So yeah, we had an action-packed morning right off.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Right off the bat. So, and I'll tell you what, the Meadow, she's not super trained. Yeah. She's a pet first and foremost.
Right.
But man, she knows what's going on.
Yeah, well, it's in her blood.
You touch a gun, or she hears that, say if you get a single shot or a double barrel,
right?
If that closes, oh my God, she like loses her business.
They get excited.
So
the black lab we had was the same way. It was a family pet, not really a hunting dog, but man, you could not control that dog. If you get out if you get out in the woods and you get out to shoot a bird, that dog was coming out.
Yeah.
You couldn't hold it.
Yeah, mornings up there when we get up.
Yeah.
The minute she sees like us grabbing orange and guns, she goes right outside the tent and sits staring at the truck.
Yeah.
And
she knows the drill.
She's ready to go.
Yeah. All the birds that that we saw, Paul, were all singles. We never, I think we ended up in I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 days that we went out, and we saw 11 birds total. Well, we didn't see. We heard most of them. Yeah. We didn't see at all. They'd flush off 15 or 20 feet off to the side, and it was so thick you could just hear them go. Yeah. And there was just all singles, and I only actually saw one bird in the road, All
right.
And that one didn't stay long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one, and I'll tell you, going back to having a dog, it kind of worked out good a few times on this trip because she found some birds that we wouldn't have got otherwise. Yeah. There was one, and Lacey, she's gotten a lot better, especially on this trip. She's gotten better she's got 2 shots.
Yeah.
Right. And
over and under.
She'll usually just fire one.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't hit it, that's it. I'm like, why didn't you fire again? She's like, well, I felt it was too far away. I'm like, well, you already committed on 1 shot.
Yeah.
You might as well
pull the other.
Might as well
snap the other cat.
Send her and
see what happens.
Pray for the best, because you're definitely not going to get it if you don't shoot.
Right.
So she's gotten better at that. Like if and I think I got to watch the video, but I have it on video. I think she got it both shots. And so we come around the corner, and it was one of those tight roads, alders are grown in.
Yeah.
And so she's driving down the road, and there's a bird way down the road. And she's starting to figure out the gig with it. So she gets out and she walks behind the truck. And then she walks down the road, kind of keeping the bushes between her and the bird. And pretty soon she sees it starting to get nervous. And she's quite a ways away still. And she hunts the 28 gauge. And she was probably just within the limits of it. So she fires, and I'm like, oh, she hit it. But it got some air under its wings and gets up in the air, and it's flying like directly away from her. And I'm going, shoot, the perfect wing shot.
Going away shot, yeah.
So she did, and I think she got it on the second shot too.
Yeah.
But anyway, the bird wasn't flying that great. And it got up, there were some big spruces on the right, and they were about 75 feet high. And it got up, it just get up over the top of them. But it flew for a long ways. It didn't fly fast. Yeah. It took it a long time to get up over those. So she walks down the road, and we're going down. And I'm like, Lisa, I'm pretty sure you hit it. She's like, you think so? I'm like, it wasn't flying good. I said, at the very least, let's let the dog out here, and we'll go in. So we get in, and these trees are actually due to be harvested because, like I said, they're about 75 feet tall, and it's still thick and underneath, but you can walk in between them.
Yeah.
So we jump out and start going in the woods. We get in about 100 yards and let Meadow out. And she was in there like 2 seconds. And I'm kind of off to the right. And I hear Lacey go, Meadow, good job. I look over, and she's got the bird in her mouth.
Yeah, you never found it.
I would have never found that bird.
Yeah, I've done that a few times.
If we didn't have her. And she did it, and it just amazes me.
Yeah.
Like the bird was flying the whole way.
Right.
And she went straight in, gets the bird, and out we go.
Yeah.
Like, no, I said, I told you got it, Lise.
Yeah.
She's like, no kidding. So yeah, that happened a couple times where the shot was a little bit off and the bird gets into the woods.
Yeah, it happens.
And
they're a tough bird.
They are.
They are a tough bird.
They are. You got to get them good.
I've seen them blistered and get up and fly. And, And even if they don't go far, there's a lot of places for them to hide, and they're good at it. And they can crawl in or under something.
You had one that.
Yeah, I was with your mom up. Yeah, and
I don't know how you found it.
And it was the funniest thing. I never would have found it if I broke the wing. I shot it on the wing, and I broke the wing, so it hit the ground. It started running, and it went over a log, and then it disappeared. So I walked over there and I'm thinking, man, there's no place for a bird to go. I know that he didn't go any further than this area. Be like I say, went over a blowdown and on the ground, and I'm looking around, and underneath a spruce tree, there's a hole in the roots. And I started breaking that apart. I remember I was the ground around it, I was tearing it up, and that bird was in there, in that hole.
Was it alive?
And yeah, it was alive.
Yeah.
And I can remember the dirt was falling on it, and I'm going, huh? And I'm brushing the dirt away and stuff and looking. And I'm going, looks like feathers underneath all this dirt. And sure enough, I had broken down on top of him, and all the soil and stuff was on top. He had crawled in that hole in the root system of that evergreen.
No kidding.
And I never would have looked there, but there was no place else for me to look. And I was so close to him when he went in there. Didn't actually see him go in, but I knew he had to be there somewhere. Yeah. And I look back at that. If he'd been 100 feet up in the woods or whatever, I'd never, where would you look?
Yeah.
But that was like, he has to be in there because he was right here.
Yeah.
And he was. Like I say, tore the dirt all the way around that spruce tree, and he was in that hole. And so I wonder how many over the years I've lost. Because I've lost birds before. Years past.
Like that one that took off. He flew a long ways down the road.
Yeah.
And made it up over the treetops. Watching it fly, you think, like Lacey thought for sure. She's like, no, I didn't get it at all. I'm like, it wasn't flying correctly. It's like but still, it went so far. You're like, I would have thought, just at the height that the bird was at when I last saw it, that even if it died right there, it would go for quite a bit further, just falling.
Right.
And I just shook my head. I was like, Meadow was in there literally just less than a minute.
So if we'd had a dog, Meadow would have gone right to that hole, right? Yeah. She'd have known the bird was in that hole and stuff.
And I watch, she kind of makes me nervous because she's a big dog. She's 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And she's not fat.
They're tanks in the woods.
And she has no, it's full throttle.
Yeah. They're just like tanks.
You let her out and she just plows through the bushes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if there's blowdowns or, and I'm thinking.
And they do occasionally get hurt, Paul. They drive sticks into their chest and stuff.
Yeah.
I can remember.
We've got a
getting hurt
vest for her that has a chest plate on it. But even still, she just it's like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And I don't hunt with dogs a lot. So for me, it's kind of amazing to watch them. She is on 100 miles an hour and she just goes back and forth, and then she'll go right straight to the bird, never knowing where it was to begin with. It just blows my mind how quick she can, with very little training.
Yeah.
So, crazy.
So did you see any deer up there, Paul?
Saw lots of sign.
Yeah.
Didn't lay any eyes
actually see it. Yeah. No. I was wondering if
but saw lots of sign. Saw, like I said, a few bull moose, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Lots of hunters.
A lot
of people still fishing.
Yeah, there's a few. Well, even where you're camping, the pond is open there.
There was a guy fishing there yesterday.
Yeah. As far as I know, it's catch and release, but I may be wrong on that. Yeah. But I think it's catch and release.
We ran into some guys. It may have been actually
artificial lures only.
Opening day. Or that Monday after opening day. They didn't even have shotguns with them. They'd just gone up fishing.
Wow.
And it was a fishing trip.
Yeah.
And
did they camp there?
No, they were up at a campsite that we usually stay at.
Yeah.
Further
up the hill.
Yep. They were staying there. Yep. They'd been there, I think, since Wednesday.
Yeah.
And we're just fishing different ponds around the North Maine woods. And they'd been busy all summer. They're older gentlemen. They'd been busy all summer. And didn't really get a chance to get out.
So when you say older gentlemen, how old were they?
Probably your age, maybe a little older. Yeah, so they're
okay.
Well, almost in the nursing home. Yeah. Just they could still walk, but not without a diaper. I'm kidding. They were.
I love it how people. We ask, there were some older people there. Well, how old were they? Well, might have been a little younger than you are. And it's like, well, yeah. I got a friend that turned 70, Howie, this Friday.
He doesn't look 70 though.
He doesn't. And I was asking
him
him today, I asked him, because I think about it. I'll be 67 in 2 months. And I thought, Howie, do you ever think of, I can't believe 70 years old. I can't even wrap my mind around that number and attaching it to me.
Yeah, because probably when your mind is back when you thought of someone who was 70.
Yeah.
They were like,
it's the first thing he said.
Ancient.
He said, absolutely, Mark. He said, I just can't imagine it.
Yeah.
He said, I look back and I think of my grandparents when they were 55 or whatever and how old they were and stuff. And he said, I'm 70. And
even me, so I'm 43. I can remember you coming back from deer camp or coming back. We were at deer camp. You coming back from hunting and comments being like, wow, it's a little different than it used to be for me. And thinking, when I was a kid, I was thinking 43 was a long ways away from me.
Yeah.
And
now you're it.
It's like that. So for me, I'm thinking, well, 70 is a long ways away from me.
Oh, it comes fast.
Lacey told me actually when we were up there, she's like, you're halfway to 86. So
yeah,
I'm like, oh my God.
And how we said that, I said, do you think of, like, how did I get here that quick? Yeah. And it's, And then you factor in, Paul, you start thinking, well, the average lifespan of a male is what, 74.8 or 9 or whatever. You're going, holy shoot. That's a breath away.
I'm knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Well,
not to be morbid or
you're going to beat that.
Negative. Yeah, I hope so. There, I'm working hard at it.
Yeah.
I'm working hard at it, but some things are beyond our control. So
one thing I wanted to mention too in this was Phil Piscatella, which we mentioned before.
Yes.
He watches regularly.
Yeah.
He sent me some pictures of it was an L. Bean hunting, fishing, and camping book from 1961.
Oh, no.
And it had just like the Maine game laws and stuff.
Yeah.
And like in the book, there were 3 zones in Maine.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. We were in zone 3. Basically, the whole Aroostook County was zone 3.
Yeah.
And it just had like the bag limits and the dates and stuff like that. And he'd come across it. He goes, I must have purchased this at like a secondhand bookstore years ago. And he goes, I thought of you guys. So he sent me some pictures, and I got a kick out of the, let's see if I can.
At one time, Paul, I think like deer hunting, there was a northern zone and a southern zone.
Yeah. Well,
and they started on 2 different days.
Yeah, well, this one has 3 zones.
I thought there was 2 at one time with the deer hunting anyway,
Yeah, well, zone 3 was basically, if you went all the way over to like Bancroft.
Yeah, that's in around Joe's
area.
Yeah.
Like Machias, Bancroft.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can zoom in on that as far as I can go. Basically all the way over to Rangeley. So basically the whole top.
So is it a railroad? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I think
it was the Appalachian Trail and Piscataquis River.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. And then so south of the Piscataquis and east of the Penobscot was zone 2. And then west of the Penobscot, south of what they have the Appalachian Trail here, and part of the Piscataquis River was zone 1. And you're right, they had different dates. So like zone 3 was firearm for deer was October 15th to November 30th.
Yeah.
Where the other zones was November 1st.
Yeah.
To November 30th.
So what year was this?
That was 1961.
So I'd have been I'd been almost 3 years old, just hunting season. I was born December of 58. So.
But the partridge daily bag limit was still the same.
Yeah, I always...
4 and possession limit was 8.
Yeah, I don't ever remember partridge being anything but 4, Paul. 4 a day.
And that season was October 1st to halfway through November.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I could tell you a story about that. Our neighbor at the lake... he got pinched, one of his sons. And he was coming back from deer hunting and walking down his camp driveway. bird standing in the camp driveway, and he shot it.
Okay.
And a warden come right down 162, Route 162, and he got a ticket for it.
No kidding.
So I knew that.
Was that guy has bad luck?
I knew that.
Jeez,
I knew that bird season get over before deer season, and somewhere in the middle of November.
Yeah.
And now they keep it open until the end of December up here. Yeah. So.
No, it's since been open sooner.
But like I say, yeah, I do right, and it opens earlier. I do remember when it ended, middle of November. You couldn't hunt birds, and
that's interesting.
And the reason for that, they had very little, I want to say, knowledge, or did very little studies of partridge or grouse, and what they come to find out later on is they felt that the mortality from hunting was very low.
Basically non-existent.
Right.
Yeah.
And it played very little into the year-to-year population, of grouse.
We've actually presented one of those studies that
yes.
was looking at that.
Yes.
Where they tagged partridge.
I think hunter mortality or mortality from hunting was like 15% or something.
Yeah, and basically whatever hunters took were basically going to be taken anyway by it tends to be raptors, birds of prey.
Exactly. That
are the predominant predator on those.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I say, through studies and knowledge, they've come to we can hunt longer.
Yeah.
We can hunt birds longer.
So that earlier opening, I know they like to do the whole cast and blast thing.
Yeah.
And great. I think it's great for guides and lodges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I always find, and even people that don't even really hunt, but live in the area. Like I was talking to the girls at the gate, because I told them the first couple of days, I'm like, man, bird hunting was terrible.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but it's so early.
It is.
And I'm like, you're right. It's been warm and
we never hunted birds that early.
And it seems like once we get into October 1st, 2nd, even though it's a few days,
seems to make a big difference.
Totally different. The opening day, it just you didn't feel like you're going to see a bird. Yeah. And then we were back up there the 2nd or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was basically all day we were seeing birds. It was like you just flip a light switch.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a feeling it wasn't going to be that bad because I saw, at least myself, more birds than I typically do during the summertime. Usually I hardly see any.
Yeah.
And I was seeing them in places that like on busy roads.
Yeah.
And like there's got to be some birds if I'm seeing some.
Yeah.
Not going to be like we had one year that it was really bad.
Yeah. Well,
really bad.
Just 2 years ago, I think.
God, it was terrible.
2 years ago.
Holy cow.
So 2024, 23.
Yeah.
2023, that was a bad year. I think I shot,
that was terrible.
including deer season, I shot 3 birds that entire season. Last year, I shot 30, somewhere around 30.
Yeah.
Either the high 20s or 30 birds.
And it was funny.
Year.
We talked to some guys the year that it was really bad. There were some guys that did pretty well.
Yeah.
They shot them later in the year budding.
Yeah.
Like December.
Yeah. After hunting, after deer season. Yeah.
He said, he goes, I did all right bird hunting, but he said it was later in the year.
Yeah. And I heard some people say, well, they would stop shooting them because there was so few and they were worried about the long-term effect and stuff. Yeah. And it was like, don't worry about that because they'll take care of themselves if, they did.
Yeah. Cause literally the next year.
It was a good year the next year. Smokes. And you're right. And it was like, you're not going to affect, like we just talked about a minute ago, you're not going to affect the population by hunting.
Yeah. So
shoot what you can and they'll take care of themselves.
Have fun with it.
Yeah.
So the kids love it. It was a good start to the
that's how we all got our start, Paul. That's some of my best memories of going out bird hunting and stuff.
Those
chomping at the bit.
Had a couple little breakdowns about I want a license. I want my license. And which is coming. His lifetime license.
Yeah, it is.
You guys got it for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well, I think Nardis got his check and his birthday card.
Yeah.
A check made out to you for.
So, because we always get you guys get their lifetime hunting license for them before they turn 6, which is great because it's what, $150. Well, $250 for the combo.
Right, $150 a piece, but if you buy 2, you get a discount.
$250.
Yeah.
Before the age of 6. After the age of 6, it's $500.
Yeah, it goes up a lot.
So I mean that's like one of the best gifts.
The gift that keeps on giving.
And it's not the Jelly of the Month Club either. As Clark would say.
So Narda will be getting hers. I'll get hers.
Oh my God, don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I'll get Narda's either in December or 1st of January. Right. She'll have her lifetime hunting and fishing.
Right.
Over 65. So
wow.
Yeah. Jeez. I think I can get that for $80, 2 of them.
No kidding. All right.
Yeah, $40. I think they're $50 a piece, Paul, if you buy one. And if you buy, if you get 2 of them in combination, you get a $20 discount. So I'll get her hunting and fishing.
So yeah, Bo can hold up the gun. He's a strong little boy.
Yeah.
But what he's struggling with right now is kind of finding the target in the sight.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
We'll go down back in target practice and he'll say he can see it. Like, I'll get it all lined up. And then sometimes it's like, I don't think you were.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're lined up.
I don't think you're on target, buddy.
Yeah.
But he's adamant. He's getting, so another couple years he'll be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a couple. He didn't want to go for a walk there one evening because he didn't have a license and everyone else did.
Yeah.
That bugged him.
Well, you can take care of that real quick.
Yeah.
At least he can have a license, even if he isn't going to use it or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a story about that when I can remember we went up with Hollis Irvin, who was my godfather, good friend of Dad's. And we went up on the reality road to the big woods, and we never went up to the big woods. And it was a big deal for me. I was 9 or 10 years old. And we get up there, and Dad never knew the laws. He thought it was like fishing that you didn't have to have a license until you were 16.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he thought it was the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'd been hunting, and shooting. I was probably 10. I'd been hunting and shooting birds and stuff. And we get up there, and Hollis broke the news to us. He said, well, he asked if I had a license. And Dad said, no, he doesn't need one. He's not 16.
Oh, gosh,
and
Gramp.
Hollis says, yeah, hunting, you got to have it as soon as you turn. You can't hunt until you're 10, and then you need a junior license from 10 to 16.
Yeah.
Was I heartbroken because I was driving around in that vehicle all day, and I couldn't, they wouldn't let me hunt. So my dad never he never knew the laws or whatever. He
didn't keep up on it, did he?
He did not keep up on it. We had a few surprises. Never get pinched. Never get pinched. We always were warned by other people, And
he was just truly ignorant. He wasn't.
He just never looked it up.
He didn't know what the law was that had changed. Like one of them was fishing.
Yeah, fishing. We
were just ignorant of the change.
Yeah, it used to be 12 fish or 7.5 pounds aggregate.
Oh, that's hard to fathom.
Yeah, it was 7.5 pounds aggregate and 12 fish. We were up on one of the lakes there, and we were filling the boat, and we went in for lunch, and one of the guys says, "How you making out? It looks like you're making out good. You were stopped a lot, Paul." And he said, "Oh yeah, we're in." Bottom of the boat was full of fish and stuff, and it was Pat Gaugnier, one of the great outdoorsmen up in that area.
He was a good deer hunter.
He was a fantastic outdoorsman, deer hunter, and everything. We talk about people that you don't hear about that were great deer hunters and that just fly under the radar. But Pat's long gone, so. Anyway, he said, Paul, they just changed the law. He says it's, I forget what it was at that time, 3 salmon and 2 trout or something like that. Yeah, and we had more than that at that time.
You guys went back to camp, didn't you?
Dad
Called it a day.
We had made a long trip down into that lake, so we were away from camp. We stayed for a little while longer, but we didn't keep any more fish. Yeah. So we were fortunate that we didn't get pinched.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just never kept up on the laws there.
Didn't have time.
Yeah. And I was just a little kid. I mean, it's
You
not
just
my
do
job.
Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't my job to know that stuff. He's the adult.
That's like we went to go for a walk one day. Kids didn't have orange. And one of the kids forgot their orange. And she had looked at me and she was like, I don't have my orange. I'm like, she was upset. It was Lydia. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's not your fault. I should have made sure that.
And it's not illegal for her to go out with you if she doesn't have orange. No. I mean, she just can't hunt.
Yeah. And and she wasn't anyway. She's kind of in a little funk right now where she doesn't want to take the life of an animal.
Yeah.
But we've kind of had a breakthrough because we did a whole dissection thing. Part of their homeschooling was we dissected a partridge.
Oh, yeah.
Went through all
anatomy.
She kind of was back into, she had the intestines completely laid out.
Yeah.
We were cutting the gizzard into and going through that. And she kind of was like, well, maybe I will shoot the 410. And so she's starting to kind of
come around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she really loves science. Like she loves, we spent a lot of time looking at what the partridge ate, how long its intestines were, and all the different organs and stuff like that. And they really enjoyed that. So
yeah,
that was Lacey. She brings that up. She's the teacher.
Right. So you homeschool,
so
and what a way to incorporate taking them hunting with
with
a little bit of education and stuff.
We get back from bird hunting, and she's like, she saved one of the ones. Tell you what, I like using Lacey's gun.
Yeah.
She's got a little Browning Satori 28 gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take the heads off. Bird, like no problem with that thing. I don't know. That thing's just a nice little shooting piece. So anyway, there was one there that I'd just taken the head completely off, and everything was nice and fresh in there. And she pulled the breast out, and she comes up and she has it all laid out on some tinfoil. We laid that on the picnic table and went through all the parts, and the kids, they could have done that all. It got dark, so we had to finally put it up. But yeah, it's good for them.
Yeah, it is.
Learn that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and it's a cycle.
I hope you had some feeds up there.
We did.
Yeah.
We had quite a bit.
Yeah.
One of the things we do is we had kind of like we do with deer hunting. We have a roast, right from the previous deer season.
Yeah.
So I had 2 partridge breasts left over from last year. So the day before opening day, that night, we had partridge stew.
Yeah.
From last year.
Narda made one last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we get back. It was last night actually. They wanted like some fried partridge with a breading, and I didn't really have the stuff there for it all, but I had some flour. We had eggs.
Yeah. Maybe some bacon fat.
I used a mix of butter and olive oil.
Yeah.
And just did a blend of those. And we had some veggie chips I crushed up.
Yeah.
We didn't have panko. So I made a batter with flour and some seasoning and egg and then crushed up some veggie chips and made a breading on them. They loved it.
Yeah, Narda and I did the same thing. The 2 birds that I shot the first Saturday there, we get home and we put in, of course, Saturday in Maine is beans, beans and hot dog. Yeah. We put the beans on, and I cooked a little bit of bacon and cooked the partridge in bacon fat, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Just really nice to...
Well, Bo had a stipulation when he went to the woods with us. When he was getting in the truck, he's like, Papa can't have any beans at camp. I said, why is that, Bo?
Yeah. Well, that's a big tent, though, Paul.
It is. He brought that up a couple times.
There's plenty of air movement in that tent. It's not like it's a confined area or whatever.
No, it is a big tent.
He must have got that from his sisters.
Yeah, probably.
They probably joked about that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good. We didn't even get all the stuff I want to talk about. We'll save it for next time.
Sure.
I got some other stuff that we can talk about.
Yeah.
We still haven't get out and put any trail cams out.
No, I've been thinking about it
What's
too,
going
Paul.
on?
Yeah, we got to get out.
How about this week?
Sure.
I said it last week.
Yeah.
But I wasn't feeling the greatest
the
previous week.
Yeah.
We had a couple hot days, which we won't be doing much bird hunting, so
we
can go explore.
You're right. The next couple of days, I doubt if I go into the
Macy said like 84 or something.
Yeah, tomorrow was
like,
supposed to be. I saw 83, which, 83, 84. You're splitting hairs. So. Yeah. Just one other thing too, Paul. You talked about the guys from Massachusetts that you met there. I ran into a really nice couple into the Lakeview restaurant there that they watch your show. I call it your show. It's your podcast and your channel. Jacob and Hillary Braley. They own Moose Point Lodge up on Fish Lake.
Nice.
So very nice couple. And we talked a little bit, and I get thinking, a young couple and the work that's involved in starting. Yeah. I mean, they didn't start this lodge. They bought it from somebody that had run it before them. But man, it takes a lot of faith. To step out and to do something you love to do, and a lot of work.
Well, and it's never ending. The work.
No, you can sit down, but there's still work that needs to. I mean,
I thought about that yesterday. I ran into Matt Libby.
Yeah.
With some clients, and they were working a dog along a road, and then we hunted way past them and then met them coming back, and it looked like he probably did a big loop, and I'm like, man, that's just a never ending babysitting job. Kind of a bad way to put it, but like you're basically spending every day all day catering to someone, making sure that trying to control the controllables. Right. You can't control how good the hunting is, but
exactly. There's a lot you can't control. You can't control their level of
competency. Yeah. Whether it's shooting or physical fitness or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And I just was like, man, and he's done it for a long time.
That's an institution there. The Libby's camps on Millinocket Lake, I think you have well into maybe the 1800s and stuff.
Yeah, was it his grandmother?
Yeah.
Is that how it went? Wasn't a female that started it?
Well, I think what happened was, I don't think it was a female that started it. I think that like his grandfather, but died at a young age, and his grandmother kept it going. I think that is the story. Right. But the camps that they've been around for well over 100 years. Yeah. And so it's going back multiple generations and stuff. Yeah. And now Matt's son, Matt Jr. is running it and stuff. But Matt, that's that is the outlier. Somebody, oftentimes you see these sporting camps, Paul, they have, I just listened to one on a podcast, and he's the fourth owner of one that was started in like the 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
And, that's probably a common theme, that you see multiple owners over not a very long period of time, but that's been in the Libby family forever.
Yeah.
For so long. And and they're well known.
Yeah.
Probably worldwide, not just throughout the United States, but I'm sure they probably have clientele from across the pond.
Yeah.
And so but this young couple, I thought of them, and they were super, super nice, and I just think about the leap of faith you have to make to do that as a young couple and hope that it all works, all the effort, and I mean, you can do all the work you want and there's no guarantee the clientele's coming through the door, know.
So hopefully, and one thing is we may have something pretty neat lined up Northern Deer season where we can discuss some old guides, former camp owners, lodge owners.
Yeah.
Sit down with, I think one was like 84, 85. Plan is right now to have some conversations with those guys, and that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. 'Cause there's a lot of old camps in the woods that now have different operators, but they've been there. The camps themselves have been there a long time.
Right.
A lot of cool stories. So. that might be looks like a November thing.
Yeah.
That we're going to do. So fingers crossed. But
yeah,
I love the history of.
Yeah, I do too. I buy all the literature I can, the books and stuff on anything on the history of the outdoors in Maine and stuff. That
And it's hard too this time of year getting together with people because like these podcasts, I'm usually pretty scheduled outside of like October, November.
Right.
But like come October, November,
you want to be in the woods.
You're kind of like, it's kind of by the seat of our pants. It's like, okay, I got some time to do one. Let's do one today.
Yeah.
Things are a little bit, especially deer season.
Yeah.
You know, if you got snow, I'm not going to be sitting here.
No.
Talking in front of a camera.
No.
If there's track and snow.
Yeah.
I want to be chasing a deer.
I don't blame you.
Which will be happening soon. So
I might be a mile or two behind you.
Well, you can help me drag it out.
Just let me know where you are. I'll drive up around to the other side of the of the block of woods. Yeah. I'll be waiting on the other side. I can give you a ride back to the truck. Hopefully catch the deer walking across the road.
Yeah.
So
I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I think we've
been quite a while.
We've gone quite a while.
Yeah.
So all right. Do it again next week?
Absolutely.
Next Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday's a good Sunday.
You hesitate.
Well, you can't hunt on Sunday.
No, you can't.
Who knows at this stage of the game where I'm going to be on Sundays. So.
And Bo was kind of upset about that today. What do you mean you can't hunt? So we can't hunt.
Who made that law anyway?
He was like, he had to ask a few times. Like, well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, we can't hunt today, man.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Because somebody said so.
Yeah.
Back when.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do it next week, and we're going to get some cameras out this week. I didn't put one up, but.
Hopefully we'll get cameras up.
Yeah. At least I'll see what's changed in that
particular go for a ride. Absolutely.
See how things are different.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I guess until next time, get outside.
It's good for the soul.
See ya.